Hello water polo fans around the world, welcome to Belgrade once again. It's day 2 at the 2022 LAN Champions League final tournament. So that's semi-finals day here in the April the 11th pool in the Serbian capital. First of all, we're gonna have the two low-ranking semi-finals for the places 5th to 8th. Waspo Hannover against Marseille. That will be followed by Marseille against Jug Dubrovnik. And in the evening program, Brescia against Novi Belgrade and Prorecco against Ferencváros in the semi-finals. So first of all, Waspo Hannover against Marseille. The winner will have the chance to play for 5th place tomorrow here in Belgrade, and the loser will play for 7th place. Here come the German players. There are gonna be some big changes in the German side in the summer. So total of 7 players have the chance to play their last but one match today and the last one tomorrow before saying goodbye to Hannover. So that's the team of Mr. Carsten Seehofer. Here's the head coach of the German team. And his players are being introduced now here. Here's the team list. Moritz Schenker had a great performance yesterday. But despite that, Hannover was lost by 7 goals to Brescia, 12-5 in the end. So they had some big difficulties, especially in the offensive play. Now the French players are coming to the podium, including the great Andrija Prajinovic, who played pretty well yesterday, but Novi Belgrade, the host team, defeated Marseille by 16 goals to 10. It was 7-6 for the Serbs, and from there they managed to score 6 times in a row, so that turned to be decisive in that encounter. So there's the team of Milos Stepanovic, the head coach of Marseille. They finished 8th last year. Hannover clinched spot number 6 in the final tournament. And this is the team list of Marseille. No changes at all, but one change in the German side. Captain Alexander Radovic suffered a muscle injury yesterday, so he's not able to play today. He's been replaced by youngster Niklas Schipper. So we can see in the number 6 cap, Schipper this time. The 2 referees of this match, Vojin Putnikovic from Serbia and David Gomez from Spain. And once again we have, of course, the LAN delegates from TWPC, Mr. Anke Moliner, Mr. Dejan Perisic, and 3-time Olympic champion Mr. Tamás Molnár also included. And the staff. So here's Putnikovic controlling the water temperature, and now the pool is ready to host the first match today here in the LAN Champions League final tournament. So the next match will be Marseille against Jug Dubrovnik starting at 4:30 local time, then Brescia against Novi Belgrade, the first semi-final. 6:30 local time, and Prorecco against Ferencváros, the rematch of last year's final here in Belgrade, starting at 8:30 in the evening. Well, here's Prajinovic had some spectacular goals yesterday, also a couple of action goals, and all in all he has 32 goals to his name so far in the whole tournament, 22 field goals and 10 coming from a penalty. So at the age of 35, he is still here and he is among the top European players. So the captain will be Darko Bruguian. He's the number 5 of the Germans. Radovic is injured, and that's why the team captain today, Darko Bruguian, who is one of those players we're gonna leave. So we have the two team captains. Like Burgian, who's gonna leave Hannover this summer. And on the other side, Igor Kovacevic, the captain of Marseille. So the team talks have already been held. And the first match of day 2 here in the final tournament in Belgrade is just about to begin. Hannover will be in the white caps and Marseille this time in the blue ones. And we're gonna have the first swim off. Mr. Potnikovic is ready to throw the ball into the water for the first sprint. And here's the official ball of the Champions League final. So just a few seconds separate us from the start of the first lower ranking semi-final. Marseille tries to improve on that 8th place from last year. That was the first occasion that they managed to qualify for the final 8. For Hannover, it's already the third occasion to be here in the final tournament, and there's the first sprint, and it's won by the French. It was really tight, but in the end they have the first possession of the ball. And it's Ante Vukicevic who tries to do something with the ball now. He passes it to a teammate, Krusiat, Rajinovic, and the first save. Modichenko, of course, once again in front of the German goal, and despite that heavy loss to Brescia yesterday, he was excellent, made some spectacular saves. He was the best player of Hannover, no doubt about that, and that's the first exclusion of the game. Is the number 3 from Marseille, Hugo Krusiat, who is out for 20 seconds. So the first power play situation. It's 6-on-5 for Waspo Hannover. Yesterday they took the lead against Brescia. That time it was Winkelhorst who managed to find the back of the net. This time Vladan Spajic had a really poor shot, easy save by Dejan Lazovic. Lazovic yesterday didn't perform well, so he had to be substituted for the second half, almost for the entire second half of the game. It was Ashak Hovhannisyan who stood in front of the goal. And there's goal number 1. Well, Schenker was close to save that, but in the end, the shot by Ante Vukicevic turns to be successful. Goal number 19 in the whole Champions League season, and Marseille takes the lead. Great pass by Rajinovic. Now the Germans are pushing forward. Nagayev gets it back. Muslim, Darko Briguian, Petar Muslim, a great goal. So quick response by the Germans. Petar Muslim is the goal scorer after the exclusion of Ante Vukicevic. The first power play by the Germans was not really successful, but this one is a great finish by Petar Muslim. And this time exclusion from the Germans, the first time that they are a man down. Julian Real is the excluded player. There's another exclusion, so that's gonna be 6-on-4 for Marseille. A double advantage. Nagayev is also out. That's a great chance for the French, but they only managed to hit the right post. They have the ball after the rebound. And the lucky goal. Once again, Morichenko had a touch to the ball, but it didn't turn to be enough to make the save. So Bodegas makes it 2-1 for Marseille. Somehow they could still keep the ball. And Schenkel was pretty unlucky in this situation. Shoots the passes to Darko Briguian. An exclusion once again, a foul on Ante Čorušić. And Uroš Čučković is out from Marseille. Darko Briguian. And what a save by Lazovic. And they still have the possession. That's another attempt, and Lazovic once again, two great saves in succession by the Montenegrin goalkeeper. Only 1 second, and now it's 6-on-6 already. So, can the Germans still do something now? Darko Briguian, 9 seconds on the shot clock. And rather throws the ball away. And that way, no chance for the French to have a quick counter-attack. Prajinovic, Marion Vernou, Vukicevic, sorry, it was Kovacevic, and now a shot by Roman Marion Vernou. Now halfway through the first quarter, one goal lead for the French, and that was a great save by Morichenko with the help of the right post. Darko Briguian. Well, the pass was not the best one, but somehow Finn Schütze managed to keep that. But now the Germans are losing the ball. So still 2-1 for Marseille. Kovacevic. Oh, it's Prajinovic this time on the right side. Kovacevic. And a turnover foul. It was committed by Radan Spajic. Schenkel finds Julian Real. Let's finish Schütze. Gets the call. Free throw for Hannover. Schütze. And a steal by Andrija Prajinovic. Kovacevic. And that's a clear chance for the Friends. Schenkel with the save. And save number 2. All in all, actually, he has 4 saves with these 2 to his names. 66.7% save efficiency by Moritz Schenkel. 75% for Dejan Lazovic so far. 3 saves out of 4 attempts at his goal. And another steal by the French captain Igor Kovacevic, who passes the ball to Prajinovic. Still on 2 now. Prajinovic gets the call. These are the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. And exclusion once again, this time from Hannover. So an extra man advantage for Marseille. And it's Mattia Breguian, the younger brother of Darko, is out. And there we have another exclusion. So once again, 6 on 4 for Marseille. Schipper is also out. And the goal scorer is, in the end, Andrija Prajinovic. And for the first time, it's a 2-goal advantage for Marseille. Prajinovic, of course, a 5-time Champions League winner with 4 different teams. Twice with Prodeko, once with Partizan, Zvezda and Hungarian team Szolnok. He won his last Champions League title 5 years ago with Szolnok in the Final 6 tournament in Budapest. Nagayev. And the exclusion from Marseille. Now 6 on 5 for Hannover. Chance to close the gap. Mario Vernou with his first personal foul. They have the ball after the rebound. Nagayev. Muslim. And another great block by the French. Now it's 6 on 6 already. Nagayev. Free throw. And Nagayev shoots. And it went wide. Now the last 35 seconds of the first period. Kovacevic. Vukicevic. Krusiat. Bodegas. Blocked by the Germans, and they have the possession, and they still have 14 seconds to do something in the first quarter. Well, that's not too much, I should say. Now 8 seconds. Darko Breguian keeps the ball, and he's fouled. And that's a counter foul. Petar Muslim committed this. And the clock runs down. Almost another chance for the French. So 3 goals coming from the French. The Germans only managed to level the score once. So that's a 2-goal lead for Marseille. And here's the first quarter statistics. Only 1 goal out of 7 attempts, 14% the shot efficiency for Hannover, 33 for Marseille. The French already had 2 steals and 1 block shot each. So Marseille 3, Hannover 1. Here's the Spanish referee David Gomez. He's gonna throw the ball into the water for the second swim off. Well, the first sprint was really tight. In the end, it was the French who managed to reach the ball first. Let's see what happens now. And this time the Germans have the first possession. And they try to close the gap at the beginning of the second quarter. Last year, amazingly, they managed to beat Olympiacos in the lower ranking semi-final, so they played for 5th place on the last day of the final tournament. They lost that match to Juk Dubrovnik, but 6th place was a great success for the Germans, who hit the left post now. They still have the ball, another 20 seconds for them. Nagayev. Nagayev. A shot from distance. The ball is inside, but there was already a whistle because of a turnover foul. So turnover foul once again, this time committed by the French. So like a swimming competition now in the water. Real. Nagayev. Matan with the ball, but there's an exclusion foul committed by Romain Marion Vernou. His first, no, it's actually his second personal foul already. He's the first player in the field who has more than one personal foul to his name, and there's the double advantage for Hannover. Van Pepe Estrada is also out, and they take advantage of that. Great finish by Julian Real, who's also going to leave his beloved team, Waspo Hannover, this summer. He's among those 7 players who will finish their career in Hannover, and that was a great goal by him. Lazovic could do nothing about that. So 3-2 for Marseille. And there's the exclusion from the German team. Marco Mazzan is out. Krajinovic and Moritz Schenkel with an excellent save. So another chance for the Germans to level the score. Another impressive performance by Moritz Schenkel. 5 saves already, over 60% regarding the save efficiency. Yeah, and I have to correct myself. Of course, it was not Julian Real, but Niklas Schipper, the youngster, who scored the last goal for Hannover. So, sorry about that. Schipper is the guy who replacing captain Alexander Radovic, who is injured. And Krajinovic only manages to hit the post, but they have the ball after the rebound. And now the exclusion once again from the Germans. Julian Real is out. And it's already personal foul number 2 for the German player. And Schenker with the help of the crossbar. And the French pushed the ball underwater. It was the captain Igor Kovacevic who made that mistake. And timeout called by Carsten Seehofer. And it's gonna be a 6-on-5 for Hannover after the timeout. So Thomas Vernou is out for 20 seconds. He's the excluded player from Marseille. Nagaev. And one timer. Not after the attempt from Finn Schütze. Comfortable save by Dejan Lazovic. And Darko Brugvian is left behind, so now it's actually a 6-on-5 situation for the French. Now Uros Čučković joins Brugvian, 5-on-5 this way, and Boris Schenker makes the save. Prajinovic. And Prajinovic scores. An action goal by Andrija Prajinovic. So Marseille regains the 2-goal lead, which they had at 3-1 in the first period. Two-time Olympic, two-time world champion and 5-time European champion Andrija Prajinovic. One of the living legends of water polo. And meanwhile, it's another exclusion from Marseille, Uros Čučković. His second personal foul. And that's a 5-meter penalty for Waspo Hannover. A penalty foul on Peter Muslim. And that's a great chance for the Germans to tighten the gap. Ivan Nagaev is going to convert this, or actually he tries to convert this at least. Nagaev against Lazovic, and Nagaev beats the goalkeeper. And once again, it's only a 1-goal gap between Hannover and Marseille in favor of the French. Russian international Ivan Nagaev, who is also leaving Waspo this summer. The man who came from Dynamo Moscow a few years ago. The last 3 minutes of the first half of this match. Vukicevic. Mario Vernou. Back to Vukicevic. And the right post saves Schenkel this time. And that's a free throw for Marseille. Vukicevic. Mario Vernou. Mario Vernu, and an easy save by Morichenko, but it's save number 9 already. Well, you can't complain about him. Once again, he is a key player of Hannover, and he proves it. Really impressive performance. Matsam. And shot from distance by Nagayev. And Dejan Lazovic makes the save. It's a corner throw for Waspo Hannover. And almost a steal by Michael Bodegas. And now it's an offensive foul, so the French can push forward to score their 5th goal. Bodegas. And the exclusion from Waspo, and timeout called by Milos Stepanovic this time. So that will be an exclusion. Niklas Schipper will be out for 20 seconds from Hannover. So 6-on-5 for the French, 1 minute and 26 seconds left on the clock before half-time. Marion Vernu, Vukicevic, Prajinovic, back to Vukicevic. Luciat. Mario Vernu, a small mistake, but that costs a lot for the French now. So another chance for the team of Carsten Seehofer to level the score before the end of the second period. Nagayev. Darko Brygyan. Great save by Lazovic. Save number 7. Nagayev. Darko Brygyan. And this time, no touch by the goalkeeper. 30 seconds to go. And now Dejan Lazovic tries to find a teammate. He finds now Toma Vernu. And a poor shot by Vernu, easily saved by Schenkel. And that's the end of quarter number 2. The Germans managed to win that by 2-1. They lost the first one by 3-1, so it's only a 1-goal lead for Marseille. And let's check the halftime statistics. Still only a 17% shot efficiency for Hannover, 23 for Marseille. 2 goals coming from excellent situations, and 16 personal fouls in total, 3 steals already by the French. So just a couple of interesting facts about the history of the Champions League. The first edition was held in 1963 and 64. That time the series was called Champions Cup, and it was the case until 1996. Between 96 and 2003 it was called Champions League, but then between 2003 and 2011 LEN EuroLeague was the official name of the top series of European club water polo, and it's once again called LEN Champions League, so that's the official name, LEN Champions League, since 2011. Actually, the first edition of the Champions League, the Champions Cup actually, was won by Yugoslavian team Partizan Belgrade in 1964. Well, there's a chance, of course, to have another local winner in the Champions League. Novi Belgrade is in the semi-final, and they will play against Brescia later on today. They are the host team, and of course in the other semi-final it will be Prorecco against Ferencváros, just like in last year's final. But before those two great matches, we're gonna have another top encounter for the lower rankings. Barceloneta against Jug Dubrovnik. That's gonna be the match which will follow this one. But now the third sprint, and it's won by the French. Marseille have a 4-3 lead, and they have the first possession in the third period. And there's the first exclusion of this quarter. Mattia Berguian. That's his second personal foul. Kovacevic. Vukicevic misses the target. Well, the French started this match pretty well, scoring 3 times in the first quarter. But regarding the last 10 minutes, they've only managed to find the back of the net once. Darko Berguian. Schütze gets the call. Muslim. He also misses the target. No touch by the goalkeeper. Prajinovic. And there's another exclusion from the German side. And the ball is in the net. Chorusic was the excluded player. And a great finish by Bodegas. After 3 unsuccessful attempts, that's finally a goal by Michel Bodegas. 5-3 for Marseille. Bodegas, who played for Marseille until 2013, then signed for Brescia, and in 2015 to Recco. He played in Barceloneta between 2019 and 2021, and last summer he returned to Marseille. So there may be a chance for counter-attack for Marseille. Prajinovic finds Spajic. A vital save by Morichenko. Could have been a 3-goal lead already for Marseille. Eleven saves already by Morichenko. Darko Berguian. Oh, what a goal! So Montenegrin Darko Berguian makes it 5-4. He and Mattia are, of course, brothers. Both of them now the members of Hannover, but until this summer. Their father was a great water polo player and referee as well, Mario Briguian. And they have a cousin, Draško Briguian, who plays in Hungary in the team of Vasas. So a great water polo family, the Briguians. Čučković. A lob shot. And now the chance for the Germans to make an equalizer. That could have been, don't forget, 6-3 for Marseille. But in that time, Morichenko made that very important save. Can the Germans do something from this offensive play? Niklas Schipper and a save by Lazovic. And the ball hasn't touched the rope. So still a 5-4. One goal apiece in the third quarter. Exclusion from Waspo Hannover. Jon Winkelhorst is the excluded player, his first major foul. Prajinovic, Spajic, Kovacevic, and a great goal by the captain. He also had 2 unsuccessful attempts before this, but now the captain is also on the score sheet, so Marseille regains the 2-goal lead. Well, the assist comes from Rajan Spajic. And a cool finish by Igor Kovacevic. Who actually was born here in Serbia, in the city of Novi Sad. But he's been a member of Marseille for more than a decade. Also represents the French national team, Kovacevic. Now the exclusion from the French. Let's see what the Germans can do in this power play situation. Michael Bodegas swims out. Nagayev, and that's a great goal by the Russian. So halfway through the third quarter, it's still very tight between Hannover and Marseille. The Germans are only trailing by 1 goal. Ivan Nagayev scored for the second time in this match. Oh, there's a slight touch by Dejan Lazovic. Not enough to make the save. Kovacevic. And an offensive foul. So can they make the equalizer, the Germans? They've already had a couple of chances to do that. And Nagayev looking for a teammate. Darko Briguian. And exclusion from the French. That's the great chance for the Germans. Juan Pepe Strate is out. Also his second personal foul, and there's the punishment. Petar Muslim makes it 6-all with 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the clock. So, all credit to the Germans. They've been chasing their opponents in the whole match so far, and now they managed to level the score. And Muslim has 2 goals to his name so far in this match. Kovacevic. Krusiat. Prajinovic. Mario Vernu. Krusiat. Prajinovic. Spajic tries to do something, but he's fouled, and that's a major foul. So 6-5 for the French, but Monichenko makes the save. Mattia Brguian is the first player who is ejected from the game with his final exclusion. Krusiat, Prajinovic. And there's the goal by Hugo Krusiat. Marseille regains the lead, 7-6. He played until 2012 in Marseille, but then signed for Budva, then went to Brescia. Between 2014 and 2016, once again he was a member of Marseille, then played in Szolnok, Aix-en-Provence, and since 2019 he's been once again the player of CM Marseille. So he's also had an interesting career so far. And he won, of course, the Champions League with Szolnok in 2017. Now the last 2 minutes of quarter number 3. And a penalty foul, so that's gonna be a penalty for Marseille. The foul was committed by the German number 9, Philipp Kubisch. His first major foul in this encounter. So there's a chance once again for Andrija Prajinovic to score another one. Two goals so far by the great Serbian player. And he scores once again. He's the only player now who has more than 2 goals to his name. 5 attempts and 3 goals now by Andrija Prajinovic. Nagayev, Darko Brguian. Exclusion from Marseille. The Germans really need the goal now. They are trailing by 2 goals. Darko Brguian. And there's the goal. It's number 7 for Hannover. And Petar Muslim has also 3 goals to his name, just like Andrija Prajinovic. They are the top scorers of the match so far. %50 shot efficiency out of 6 attempts, 3 goals. Petar Muslim. Former Mladost Primorje and Brescia player who won the Olympic Championship title with the Croats 10 years ago in London. We are heading for the last minute of quarter number 3, and now the French once again are men up. Marco Mazzan is out for the second time. Prajinovic hits the post, so the Germans survive, and now they can attack for the equalizer. Nagayev. Darko Brugyan. Low pass. That was a risky one, and no foul on the center forward. Petar Muslim is complaining about that. And Muslim is left behind. So now it's Hugo Krusiat with the chance. Schenkel. So it remains tight right before the last quarter of this match. Only a 1-goal lead for Marseille. And that's been a really interesting period with 4 goals from both teams. At halftime it was 4-3 for Marseille, now it's 8-7. And there's the third quarter statistics. So an all-improving shot efficiency by both teams, 29% now. 5 extra player goals each. A total of 25 personal fouls, 4 steals already by the French, and 3 block shots by Marseille. Really exciting and interesting encounter between the French and the German champion. Once again, Hannover and Marseille managed to retain their title on home soil. Hannover beat, of course, Spandau 3-1 on the aggregate in the final. And Marseille beat Noisy-le-Sec 2-0 on aggregate. 2 comfortable victories actually against their rivals, and they clinched their title number 39 in their history. They also won the French Cup. Just like Hannover, they also won the domestic cup, so they made the double. And they're the first offensive play of the last quarter. The French have the possession. They have a 1-goal lead. Vukicevic, Krusiat, Bodegas. Now Morichenko tries to find a teammate. Schütze got the call. Real. And the first exclusion of the last quarter. Can the Germans make the equalizer once again? And Captain Kovacevic is out for the second time. Oh, what a save by Lazovic. Much better performance today by the Montenegrin goalkeeper. And another save. Really great goalkeeping performances by both teams. 13 saves by Schenkel and 9 saves by Dejan Lazovic. No, 10 already by Lazovic. And meanwhile, a turnover foul. So once again, the Germans are pushing forward. Real. Schütze. Muslim. Real. And turnover foul. Kovacevic. Krusiat. And the move by center forward. It was Toma Vernu who was fouled, and exclusion from the Germans. And Chorusic, also his second personal foul. And great defensive play by the Germans. Still 8-7. The last quarter is still goalless. Julian Real. Schütze, free throw. And what a great goal by the Germans. Johan Winkelhorst makes it 8-0. Goal number 1 for the Dutchman, who scored the first Hannover goal yesterday against Brescia. Also played in Spain in the team of Sant Andreu, Johan Winkelhorst. Matti is also going to leave Hannover this summer. Among those 7 players. Vukicevic. Prajinovic. Krusiat. Another save by Schenkel. Save number 14. And that means an excellent save efficiency, 63.6%. Well, the Germans have never had the lead in this match so far. And they have the chance to take the lead, especially this way. That's an exclusion from the French team. Hugo Krusiat is also out of the game. The final exclusion, and there it is. The Germans have the lead now, 5 minutes onto the clock. 9-8 for Waspo Hannover. And Petar Muslim has scored his 4th. He's now the top scorer of the match. Great finish by the Olympic champion. Prajinovic. Exclusion from Hannover. Kovacevic. And Matija Brgujan. No, it's Marko Macan who was out, and he's actually also out of the game. And the score remains 9-8, a missed chance for Marseille. So 2 ejections from Hannover, Marko Macan and Matija Brgujan, and 1 from Marseille, Hugo Krusiat, also finished this game. That's another exclusion, this time from Marseille, and a timeout called by Carsten Seehofer. So Andrea Prajinovic will be out for 20 seconds after the timeout. Here it is. Here he is, actually, Andrija Prajinovic. He has to wait minimum of 20 seconds to get back to the water, to the field. So 6-5 for Waspo Hannover. Nagayev. They can double their lead, and they do that. Petar Muslim absolutely could be the winner, the match winner. 5 goals to his name. And Hannover has now a 2-goal advantage. 17 goals all in all in the tournament, in the whole Champions League season. And 5 coming today. That's an excellent finish. No chance at all for Dejan Lazovic. So Hannover are on their way once again to play for the 5th place in the final tournament. Especially after this latest save by Moritz Schenkel. Nagayev. Little more than 3.5 minutes before the end of this game. But that's a counter foul. The French desperately need a goal now. They are trailing by 2 goals. Prajinovic. Well, now Vukicevic finally realized that the ball was behind him. Prajinovic. Back to Vukicevic and Schenkel. Save number 16 by the German goalkeeper. World-class performance once again by Schenkel. But the bad news that he's also going to leave Waspo Hannover this summer. And they will miss him definitely. A lob shot, and with the help of the left post, somehow Dejan Lazovic managed to make a save. So Marseille survived, but they are still yet to score in the last quarter. 3 goals coming from Waspo Hannover in the last period. So they turned the score, and now it's an exclusion and also timeout call. Johan Winkelhorst will be out for 20 seconds. So that's a must-score situation for Marseille. If they miss this chance as well, then it could be over for them. Prajinovic. Vukicevic. Prajinovic, Kovacevic, and he scores. The captain makes it 10-9, so now only a 1-goal advantage for the Germans. And still more than 2 minutes on the clock. Well, we haven't seen a penalty shootout so far in this year's tournament. In case of a draw, of course, after regular time, the match would go to the penalty shootout. Real. Nagayev. It's a bit too long for Darko Briguian, but he still has the ball. 11 seconds on the shot clock, and that's a great chance for the Germans. They are a man up due to the exclusion of Ante Vukicevic. Second personal foul of Vukicevic. Nagayev, Darko Briguian. And a great block by the French. So they are still alive. That's a really great game, the first one today. That will be followed by 3 more top matches, of course. Bodegas. And the exclusion from the German side. And we are heading for the very last minute of this match. Jorn Winkelhorst is also out with his final exclusion. Bodegas. And the block by the Germans. So Petar Muslim. No, it was not him. It was Darko Briguian. The replay showed that. But anyway, it was an excellent defensive play by the Germans. And if they keep the ball until the end of this offensive play, Marseille will have only 17 seconds to do something, but that's now all over for the French. The Germans are starting to celebrate 11-9 with only 21 seconds to go. And Petar Muslim is the big hero of this match. With Morichenko, of course. These two are the key players of Waspo Hannover today. Half a dozen goals by Petar Muslim, the Olympic champion. What a match by the Croat. And the French have missed another chance. Well, a very happy Carsten Seehofer at the German bench. A deserved victory for Waspo Hannover. And just like last year, they will have the opportunity to play for the 5th place here in Belgrade. And Marseille, the team which finished 8th last year, once again will play for 7th place. So Hannover will play against either Barcelona or Juk Dubrovnik. That encounter will follow later on today. And the loser of that match will be the opponent of Marseille for the 7th place. Well, despite missing the captain Alexander Radovic due to injury, Hannover had a brilliant game, and that's a great success for them. Let's check the full-time statistics very shortly. And we'll have the post-match interviews as well, of course. So there it is. Only a 26% shot efficiency for Marseille, 33 for Waspo Hannover. And that's a great French team, but today we've seen a great German team in the water. A well-deserved victory, 11-9 for Waspo Hannover. So back to the full-time statistics. 17 personal fouls from Hannover, 16 from Marseille. And let's check the top scorers of the match. Petar Muslim with half a dozen goals. An excellent performance by the Croats. So we'll be back with the match Barcelona against Jug Dubrovnik.